any receiver right now, if you watch them on a slant or a dig, their arms are in front of their eyes, right? It's the pitcher, it's the diamond, whatever they've been taught, the thumbs together, whatever they've been taught. Yep. That's how they've been taught. And they tell those kids and these NFL players now that if it goes past your eyes, then that's a bad habit. As you know, over time, you work on every single hand positioning for every single ball.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I think a lot of what you're talking about, too, is ball placement, too. It all boils down to ball placement. And then it's so funny that JR mentioned that and JJ mentioned that about the ball and your eyes and your hand being in the same frame. When I got to Dallas, dude, I almost had to curse Bill Parcells out because he tried to change my catching techniques in which you're trying to describe. He was like, yo, you need to catch the ball. I'm like, dude. At this point, this is my 10th year in the league. I said, I've learned from the best in the game, and this is how I was taught to catch the ball. And I was like, now all of a sudden, you trying to change my catch techniques?
It's because he was dropping balls. That's why.
Right. And then he goes, we taught Keyshawn them like this. First of all, Keyshawn, at this point, I'm feeling myself. Keyshawn ain't even on my level. At this point in time in my career, I'm like, yo, you can't tell me nothing about Keyshawn because Keyshawn ain't even on my level at this point. So I got upset. And immediately I got upset because he tried to change my catch techniques. And I'm like, yo, this is like, it frustrated me too, man, because at that point in time, I tried to appease him. And then I'm like, okay, and I tried to make a couple catches, and I just was uncomfortable. Yeah. So I just went back to what I knew. And at this point, however many catches that I had, I went with what was comfortable with me. For me, I went with how I was taught from day one, stepping in, like JR said, stepping through those gates of trying to win a championship. And I learned from Jerry Rice. I was learning from JJ Stokes. And these are, again, this is how I was taught. Well, this is how I was being taught to be a receiver. Then all of a sudden, I think he was trying to play some mind trick, some mind Jedi game with me or whatever, trying to change some stuff. But I was, dude, he had me so hot, dude. The fact that he was like, oh, well, Keyshawn does this. What? Man, get out of here with all that.
Hey, but T.O., you were the man, man. Hey, when you went to Dallas, you became the man. Well, when you went to Philly, you became the man. You know what I'm saying?
But again,
he was a rock star in Philly. He became a rock star when he went.
Right, but part of the reason why we're all on here today is because JR, you paved the way.